Squible is the most dominant Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl player of all time. He might also be the strangest Nick player of all time. Squible tried to buy his way into an invitational tournament, then ended up getting invited anyway, causing him to waste hundreds of dollars. He once made Lucy Loud, mastered the character, and then declared her the worst ever and never played her again. Then he invented a technique so broken that they named it after him, the Squible Scam, and the devs were forced to remove it from the game. He turned Sandy Cheeks into the most hated character in the competitive community, entering 48 tournaments in the last 10 months and winning 47 of them, making everyone realize that Sandy was an undisputed top-tier character. And he won $500 in a cooking contest by being the best chef at a fighting game tournament. Squible started off as a melee player, lighting up the rankings in every region he played in. He was a PR-ranked melee player in both the Massachusetts and broader New England region, and Colorado, where he briefly held the highest elo in the region. But Squible's gaming career really took off with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. He liked the simplified mechanics, like the simpler DI, the lack of a back air, and he took to the game immediately. The game even allowed him to use a new controller of choice, a keyboard, which is a rather unusual controller to pick for a fighting game. He picked up Lucy, one of the early top tiers, and began flying out to offline majors. Squible entered the main stage bracket alongside 185 entrants, and ended up taking home $600 after taking second place. He was double eliminated by the best Leonardo player and Project M GOAT, Thunder's Reign, and then he took the show on the road. He flew up to New York to enter Nick at Nightclub, which had a $1,000 pot bonus. Squible took second place again, this time being double eliminated by Bodidi, the best April player and number 2 ranked PR player at the time. The next major offline tournament was Hidden Temple, a summit-style invitational event hosted by Smash commentator and influencer Max Ketchum. You could either qualify by winning a major online tournament or by securing enough votes, which were obtained by buying merchandise. Squible tried to ensure he got in by buying votes for himself, intending to just whale himself in with his own money. But then he unexpectedly won PX Nick West, one of the qualifying tournaments, securing his spot and making his self-purchased votes worthless. Things didn't go well for him at Hidden Temple though. Despite his best efforts, Squible and his Lucy tied for last place in the entire tournament. But he didn't end up going home with nothing. He wound up winning the burger cooking side event, securing a cool $500. Just days after Hidden Temple, he was flying again to Portland to enter Back in Blood 3, where again his Lucy would fall short and place 5th place after being eliminated by 2 of the best Powder Toast fan players, Andruvi and Tafar. After this performance, Squible declared that Lucy was the worst character in the game, stating, "I know this character is trash, why am I playing her?" and switched to April O'Neil, commonly considered to be the game's best character at the time. The next Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl major was Genesis 8, where it was a main tournament game with 137 entrants. Squible invented an instant-killing zero-to-death combo that was quickly dubbed the Squible Scam, but it wasn't enough to carry him to the top. He fell to the number 1 Zim player, Sego, and the top Powdered Toast man named Mario Stare. After this, it was back to the drawing board. Squible grinded and optimized his April game to prepare for the next big tournament, Combo Breaker 2022, hosted near Chicago. Squible fell to losers early on, losing to Andruvi again, but he made a good losers run and 3-0'd Bodidi, getting revenge for his defeat at Nick at Nightclub, but fell in grand finals to Sego, just as he had done at Genesis 8. And things wouldn't change when he got back to his home turf in Canada. Nasby was a side game on Get On My Level 2022, and Squible flew through the bracket until Winners Finals, but proceeded to lose to top Canadian player Slice and Dice in both the Winners Finals and Grand Finals. It seemed like Squibble was cursed to always be the bridesmaid and never the bride, never able to win a major offline tournament, and always falling short at the end. And with the game's player base fading, it wasn't clear how many more offline tournaments would host NASB. But luckily, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl would appear as a side game at EVO, the biggest fighting game tournament, hosted in Las Vegas. And this is where everything changed for Squibble. He changed characters again, from April to Sandy, commonly considered to be an okay but not a top-tier character at the time. The footage from the tournament has sadly been lost because the stream had technical difficulties, but this would be Squibble's first major offline win, where he double eliminated his bracket Demon and Druby and take home an EVO Gold medal. Shortly after EVO, Heatwave 5, where he would again go undefeated, beating Andruby and double eliminating Pugix, the #1 Nightmare. And his dominance was even bigger in the online scene, where he collected every single online prize pool from August 2022 until now, winning major online tournaments like the Conduit Gaming Invitational 2023, a tournament which carried a combined $1,000 prize pool, and the Slime Circuit Qualifier, an online major tournament which secured Squibble a slot in a $1,500 offline NASB Invitational tournament in Philadelphia. This began Squibble's insane online run, where he would enter 48 tournaments and place first place in 47 of them, entering an era where he would only lose one set as his main Sandy, and he would go on to win that tournament despite dropping a set. This includes a return to Combo Breaker in 2023, but this time, instead of falling in grand finals, Squibble would take the entire tournament without dropping a set, including getting revenge on Sego in winner semis for winning the previous Combo Breaker. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl has seen its fair share of top players, but none of them have managed to go on such an undefeatable run like Squibble.